Hello everyone, this is move number 44 in our 50 greatest moves of all time series where we are examining the greatest moves in chess history. This game is played by Magnus Carlsen, the best chess player ever, versus Tor Gulbrandsen. This is back in 2022, so Magnus was just a kid, but he still made some pretty amazing moves. So when the pieces stop moving, we'll know that the key position has shown up, and I think it's drawing pretty close, and there it is. So this is the key position. So take a minute, look at it, and decide what you think Magnus does in this position as white. Go ahead and drop it in the comments if you know what it is, and pause the video if you're still thinking about it, figuring it out. Okay, hope you're ready. Let's take a look and see what it is in this position. Well, that's not true. Before we look at that, let's see what's going on here. So this knight is under attack, obviously. This rook has a nice open file. Black is a little, well, not a little, he's underdeveloped. This rook, bishop, and rook have not moved yet. So there are several targets. And then the queen... queen has a couple places she can go. Okay, here we go. You ready? And the move is, see if you guessed it, queen takes on a7. Sacrificing the queen, or at least offering a queen sacrifice, right? What's happening here is that if black takes, if he accepts the sacrifice, let's say that he does not see what's going on and says, oh, I'll take it. Then what happens? Rook takes bishop, and then the only way to not get checkmated is to block with the queen, right? Because knight can't help, king can't move, so you block with the queen. You pick up the queen, and then you can take the rook by taking on d8, and then fork. It's what's for dinner. Fork, checking the king. He goes here, you pick up the knight. Pick up the rook, sorry. And then you probably, I don't even know if you can keep that. I don't even know if you can get that knight. You go there, he just hops out. So yeah. So then you're up a knight and bishop, rook versus a knight and a rook. You know, black maybe grab a pawn or two, but he's still up. Oh, that's not a good move. But still up, 3 points or so. So that's what happens if you take the queen. So if black accepts a sacrifice and he goes down that path. And in the game, he chooses to not accept. He goes rook to b8, which, as you see, the eval bar actually gets a little bit worse. See if you can figure out what the move now is. You thinking? Okay, well, I'm just going to sack it again, says Magnus. So he sacks, he gives up the queen on the rook anyway. And it's a very similar idea, right? The threat is either queen or rook to take this bishop. And so how do you get out of this threat? You take back with the knight, and then what's the threat from white? It's to take rook. And then this time, the king does have an escape square. If he chooses to take it, picks up the rook. So now you have two rooks, which is similar to a queen. You have a bishop and a knight, which are equal. And then you have this, well, you don't have the extra knight. You lose the knight there. So then you have two rooks and a queen versus the queen, and a knight versus the bishop. But pawn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the pawn situation is even, but the problem is that black has, oh no, well, sorry, white would just take the knight. So all of that to be said, white's still up because now he has a whole extra piece. So after that attack, it looks like, let's see, when does black even give this game up? Oh, he gets the knight out. Okay, so in the game, saves the knight, pushes the pawn. Let's see how this plays out. Pins down the knight, takes the pawn, takes, and protects it. Then attacks the rook, rook left. Here comes a, oh, that's a nasty move. That's a fun little tricky move there, right? Like, ooh, free rook. And the fork, picking it up. So always gotta watch out for those knights. They're very tricky. Okay, so threatens the rook again, check. He's gonna move the rook up, threaten that pawn. And he is threatening to mate him on the back rank. Oh, gives up the queen, knight, and just calls it a day because now it's a rook and 5 pawns versus 5 pawns. So with an extra rook, I think anybody can win this game, much less against Magnus, even though he is only, I think he's 12 years old during this game. So that is move 44 on our 50 greatest moves list. A nice queen sacrifice to pull away that rook from defending the back rank. So if hopefully you've seen some of our other videos in this series, we're marching down towards the greatest move in chess history. So if you like this, like and subscribe, and the next set of videos or the series is down that way. Okay, thanks for watching.